all available vehicles out on the street right now. I think it's important to note, while a lot has been made about the number of big plows that we have on the road, we have a number of different pieces of equipment. We have over 30 pieces of equipment between the big plows, the pickups with plows on them. We have a payloader that has a plow on it. So we have well over 30 pieces of equipment out on the road right now. Something that's important to note for folks that are following our snowplow map, it is important to note that while all of the large DPW vehicles have the GPS units on them, some of the pickup trucks do not have the GPS units, so your street may have been plowed by one of those smaller vehicles and it might not be showing up on the map. Again, the map is meant to help give a better sense of what's happening out there, but it's not 100%. We also have a third-party contractor that we've been contracting with for the past few years for larger storms, who's out there. They cover much of the south side into the valley. So between our big plows, our smaller rigs, our contractor, we are fighting the good fight, and I feel good about where we're at right now. We had a little bit of a break, so obviously when the snow's coming down hard and fast, we are spending most of our time on the hills and on the main primary routes. When the snow let up, we were able to break out into the neighborhoods. We understand that people need to be able to get from their house to the main roads that are clear, and so we are clearing neighborhoods now as well. And as the snow is picked up, we're going to try to continue to keep that balance so we can continue to clear the roads that haven't been cleared. But again, this is the largest storm we've seen in many years. DPW has never been better prepared for it, certainly not over the 8 years that I've been mayor. We have a restored fleet. We can always use more drivers, and you'll hear more about that, I'm sure, from the commissioner and probably mayor-elect. But we're putting up a good fight. I'm proud of the work of the DPW workers. Brought with me. Also wanted to mention, in addition to our third-party contractor, I want to thank the New York State DOT who reached out. The regional director, Betsy Parmley, reached out first thing this morning, asked if they could be of assistance. We're currently working with them to get them out on some of our major arterials to help as well. So it's, as always, it's a team effort. We know neighbors are out there snow blowing for each other, private plow contractors. It takes the entire community, but I think we are collectively rising to the challenge. Again, I feel really good about it, and I'd like you to hear from some of our colleagues just for things, for some additional context about our response, as well as things for people to be aware of. So first, I'm going to invite our DPW Commissioner, Jeremy Robinson, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Just like to say the storm came in overnight, really fast, in a hurry. We were responsive right away. This was a storm that we had to get on it right away. So I'm proud of our team. How we handled it in the beginning was like no other. So I'm very proud of our team jumping on it right away. A lot has been said of our fleet, but like the mayor said, we got about 30 pieces of equipment out there trying to handle what we call a major storm. And I commend all the efforts that other departments have been helping, Parks, Water, New York State DOT. I mean, it's a family. I mean, we're trying to do the same thing, is clear the roads as fast as we can. And I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. We're going to bring up Chief Monds from the Fire Department.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Monds from the Fire Department. There's a few things I want to go over. Number one, there are 55 hydrants in the city of Syracuse. Right now, our firefighters are out clearing hydrants. But I will ask if you are physically able to assist our firefighters. We're asking that you clear a path from the street to the hydrant and then clear a 3 to 5 foot path around the hydrant. You'll never know when a fire hydrant in the city in your neighborhood will need to use to help save somebody's property, or more importantly, save somebody's life. Number two, I want to also say, while you're out shoveling the hydrants, helping us out, can you please clear a path on your sidewalks to your front door, to your back door, to all your exits, to make sure that if there is an emergency at your house, it will help us more efficiently remedy the situation that we're called to. So if you can do that for us, that would also be great. Number three, and I know Chief Rusin from the police department is going to speak on this. When you see our apparatus in emergency mode going down the street, please pull over to the right side to let our fire apparatus pass on the left side if you have to be out and about. The fourth thing I will say, a lot of homes right now are using their appliances that are fuel burning appliances. Oftentimes, all the time, these appliances do have discharge pipes that come out, sometimes on the driveway and other sides of the house. So as you're shoveling your sidewalks and your driveways, please make sure these discharge pipes are clear, so toxic fumes that are coming from these things like furnaces and hot water tanks aren't being blocked and loading back into your homes. And the last thing I'll say every time is make sure you have working smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors in your home, because it will save your life when you're sleeping and you're not paying attention. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. I'll bring up Deputy Chief Mark Rusin, incoming Chief.
Thanks. Yeah, just a few things to talk about. Parking is a major issue when we have these big snowstorms. Please make sure you're paying attention to moving your cars in a timely fashion. We have an extra detail out there that is going around when we get complaints, working in collaboration with the fire department and DPW. When we get complaints about streets that are blocked, we have to come out there and we'll do a ticket. We try to make the registered owners notified of that, but ultimately we have to tow those vehicles out of there to make sure that SFD and DPW can get their apparatuses up and down the street. You know, one thing that you see a lot is people will clear off their windshields. You have to make sure you clear off the top of your cars. You come to an abrupt stop, and all of a sudden that snow covers the top of your car. Your windshield wipers aren't able to take control, and then you're not have zero visibility. So please make sure you take extra time getting to where you need to go, and really make a decision as to whether or not you need to be on the road. You know, your errands and day-to-day things should be put on the shelf for today, and allow the DPW, who's doing an outstanding job, clear the streets. Allow SFD, if you do see an emergency vehicle for AMR, for an ambulance or SFD, make sure you're giving them a lot of space to navigate. It's tricky out there for those folks, so please give them a lot of extra space.
Thanks, Chief. Mayor-elect Owens.
Thank you. Just reiterating, just thank you to our crew for being out there all night long, all day long, probably into tonight. Just want to emphasize something that Chief Monds said. On my way here, I saw a lot of people shoveling. Be conscious of your own health. Listen to your body while you're shoveling. This snow is coming hard and heavy, and it is heavy. And so please be conscious of that. Also, everyone can't shovel their own sidewalk or pave, get their door open. So this is a time that neighbors help neighbors. So if you're out shoveling, you have a snow blower, go down your neighbor's sidewalk so we can help each other during this time. Again, also remember that everyone, you all are here. Everyone couldn't stay home today. I went by the grocery store just on my way here to get some stuff for our team, just so they can have a snack or something to take back into the truck. It's going to be a long day for them, long night for them. The grocery store folks, they're in the grocery store, so we can get there. So when you're in this grocery store, say thank you to them for showing up in a blizzard. And so I just want to ask everyone in Syracuse for your patience. We're going to continue to learn from every single storm we go through. Our commissioner, our fire department, our DPW, parks people, everyone who's chipping in, DOT, and every snowstorm, we're going to learn a little bit more to do a little bit better. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor-elect Owens. Just a couple closing thoughts, and then happy to answer questions. A few comments about clearing sidewalks. I am pleased to report that our sidewalk snow clearing contractor is also out right now clearing those routes, so that's certainly helpful for the many people that walk throughout the city. I also wanted to note the wind factor. I think that's what makes the response that much more challenging. I was driving through Franklin Square this morning, and it was a complete whiteout. And you can have a plow go down, and with one gust of wind and a snowdrift, you can't even tell that it's happened. So it's really the combination of the amount of snow and the wind that has made this particularly challenging. But again, I think DPW is doing a great job. I think sometimes we take for granted what we have in terms of a snow response here. What we're seeing out here right now would bring most cities to its knees. We're still out there operating. Certainly we want people to stay home if they can, but as the mayor-elect said, a lot can't, and we're certainly grateful for all of those essential workers that are out there doing their jobs today so we can all stay safe and warm. With that, happy to answer questions.
You mentioned that there's a lack of experienced snowplow drivers in the city of Syracuse. How has that impacted snow removal, if at all, today?
Yeah, so Commissioner is welcome to respond. I would just say, number one, there's no lesson than like what they're getting today, and that's how you get better, is with experience. And so certainly there are growing pains, and we've had some issues here and there, but again, I think by and large, everybody out there, our new plow drivers and our veteran plow drivers, are doing a great job for us right now.
Fantastic. And we've talked about lessons learned every storm. You know, this past weekend there were some challenges with the fleet. Can we talk about the difference between that response and the response here today?
Yeah, you know, I said to the commissioner earlier, he took one for the team and he owned that our response was not up to our own standards the last time around. And while we acknowledge that, I also told him that I'm proud of his response and his team's response today. I think they've gone above and beyond. So you do learn. The challenge one of the challenges in the last storm was that that it was over the weekend and that it more came than what was forecasted. But again, we were ready for this one, and I think it shows out there. Again, it doesn't mean that everyone's streets are going to be cleared immediately. People need to be patient, but they're doing a great job. And yeah, we learn every time.
A huge method of transportation for so many across the city is the Central buses.
Yeah.
Clearing those stops. Whose responsibility is that?
Yeah. So I was on my way in this morning. I saw the Central buses out. So they are out and operating. Ultimately, clearing the stops. I think Central gets to it when they can, but their primary responsibility is obviously getting people around in the buses. But as far as we can tell, they're operating well today, and that's certainly helpful for the many people that aren't able to drive.
Fantastic. And some long hours tonight, you said. What does a typical shift look like for a storm like this?
Yeah, I think, Commish, 12-hour shifts at this point. So 12-hour shifts, it's around the clock. So, you know, people are going to be a little short on sleep, but again, this is not their first rodeo. They know what they're doing. They're professionals, and they're doing it really well.
Is there any routes that are not plowable at this point or that are proving to be more challenging?
I don't think we've received any reports of unplowable areas. It's just a matter of getting to them, and we are.
You mentioned earlier that the map isn't necessarily, the plow map doesn't necessarily reflect which streets have been plowed because of those smaller plows. Does it eventually reflect what those plows have done, or it's never going to reflect all the streets that have
for the
been plowed?
vehicles that do not have GPS units, you're not going to see that reflected on the map.
Okay.
So, you know, the map didn't exist a number of years ago.
Right,
we
right.
wanted to give more transparency to our operations, but and it's certainly an improvement, but it's not perfect. So again, we encourage people to use it as a guide, but it's not going to be 100% accurate. The good news is that if we're going to be wrong, it's better to be wrong in the way that streets that don't look like they've been plowed have actually been plowed, and that is the case.
Certainly.
And one thing that's been on my mind all day is how resilient Syracuse is.
Yeah.
I mean, people are still going. People are still going to work. Is there any message of that sense that you'd like to say?
I'm proud of our crews here at DPW. I'm proud of our community. Again, you heard from the mayor-elect. People are out there shoveling each other's driveways, snow blowing. There are a few things that bring our community together, like a good old-fashioned snowstorm does. And while we take seriously the impacts of it, and it can be very dangerous, there is some good that comes of it too. And again, I think that when you stack us up to other communities, we are quite literally the snowiest city in the country. I think we do a really good job. And when I say we, not just the city, the entire community.
Well said.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank
Stay
you.
warm, drive safe.
Do you want to do the extra large paper?